What's going on to all my gamers and gamers? It's your boy Kano, the brutally honest gamer, and I'm back with another video. Let's get it, let's go, let's talk about it, you dig? So, breaking news. So, Redfall, well, let me rephrase that. Arcane Studios, basically behind Bethesda, basically is owned by Microsoft, basically just broke down some news about Redfall that is being released on May 2nd. And it's really not some good news. It's basically looking at it in a hold that L moment, if I may say. So let's go ahead and break it down. So to the people that's excited about Redfall, there is some bad news basically. Redfall that's coming out on May 2nd will only have the quality mode only, optimized in that sense. Basically on the Xbox Series X it will be 4K at 30 frames per second, and on the Xbox Series S it's at 1440p at about 30 frames per second. Performance mode at 60 frames per second is coming at a later date. So this is my actual opinion about this. Honestly, I'm not a big frames per second person 100%. I'm like 50-50 on it, but we should be at the time of where all games should be at 60 frames per second on the Series S and on the Series X. And I feel like what's going on with Microsoft is an epic fail at this point. This is a hold that L moment for Microsoft in a sense, and this is not me 100% bashing Microsoft, but it's at the same time they deserve what they get because they basically false advertising their supposed most powerful console in the world bullcrap. You feel me? Because if you think about it, Gotham Knights had issues of being at 60 frames per second, which it wasn't. It was on 30 frames per second on the Series X and S. And same thing with A Plague Tale Requiem. And on the Series S version of Evil West, it was at 30 frames per second. And still to this day hasn't gotten bumped up to 60 frames per second. So back to what I'm saying as for Redfall in this pertaining to the whole ordeal. This is a L moment for Xbox, and this is their first party title. You feel me? This is their first party title. So if Microsoft giving all these resources to a lot of studios, and this is me being real, if they're giving all these resources to a lot of studios, they should really capitalize on the dev kits and the magnitude of the game, that it should run at 60 frames per second, and it is actually a disappointment. Now for me, when it comes down to Redfall, I really wasn't 100% sold on this game. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, okay, it's cool. But when I saw the gameplay trailer, like the second trailer, I was like, I'm not really sold on it. But it's on Game Pass, so I will play it, but at the same time, it's like I'm not really sold on this game, honestly. And this game not being at 60 frames per second at launch, it just goes to show that this game actually has some issues that really needs to be fixed. And it really kind of questions about the other games that Microsoft is actually having put together at this point with the other studios. Like, will Hellblade 2 be at 60 frames per second with 4K on the Xbox Series X and the 1440p on the Series S? There's a lot of questions that need answers. You feel me? Same thing with Starfield. And when we saw Starfield, I'm still like on the fence about trying to play that game. And honestly, I don't really know if I want to play the game because at the end of the day, I feel like there's going to be some things wrong with it. But when it comes down to Redfall, I don't know if I said Redfall. I mean Redfall. I apologize if I butchered the word. But Redfall, honestly, this is very unacceptable for Microsoft to actually put out this game at the state that it's in. And honestly, I think Redfall should actually be delayed, in my opinion. I think it should be delayed. I don't think it should be released right now, because at the end of the day, the performance mode actually needs to be included within the game itself, because we're in a day and age that we rather choose performance mode over quality mode because we want to play the games in a faster rate compared to playing it at a higher resolution. Really, I don't care for resolution. Like I said, I'm not big on the frame rates. I don't care if it's 30 or 60, but 60 frames per second is actually the way to go nowadays. And I think all games should be in that 60 frames per second element. Now, like I said, when it comes down to Microsoft, it's a disappointment also with the PR and the marketing of it, and that's why they need to do a better job with the PR side of it and the marketing side of how they market their games. And honestly, from what I'm seeing with Redfall, this is it's unacceptable. This is an epic fail. This is an L. Now I know Xbox fanboys, they're gonna definitely defend it. That's actual factual, but this is unacceptable. And it also goes to question of how the performance is on the PC side. And honestly, I don't care about the PC side. I'm more of a console gamer, so I can't even speak on it. But at the end of the day, this is a catastrophe. People that are excited about this game is actually pissed off that they don't have a performance mode on this actual game. And a lot of fanboys that's going back and forth over the console war crap, they're having a field day on this one. And Microsoft is in the news for the wrong reason. So how will Microsoft respond? We don't know. Are they going to do better with it? We don't know. You feel me? But it just goes to show that they really care more about quantity over quality. Like when you look at Hi-Fi Rush, that was a fire game. I loved that game. You feel me? So I'm just really questioning what's going on with Microsoft when it comes to the performance issues when it comes to their games. They're advertising like they got the most powerful console, but they're not utilizing their consoles to the T when it comes to their studios. And then not only that, Redfall is made with Unreal Engine 4 and not Unreal Engine 5, so they still onto the last generation of the engine that they're using, and graphically it's the same like Deathloop. And honestly, I wasn't a fan of Deathloop like that. And I tried to play Deathloop again and I couldn't get into it like that. You feel what I'm saying? So when it comes down to the nitty gritty, I'm just disappointed with how this whole PR stunt is going for Microsoft. I'm disappointed with Redfall. My expectations is definitely in check. I wasn't even hyped on the game when I first seen it. We shall see, though, man. Let me know your thoughts on this whole catastrophe with Redfall not having a performance mode at launch. I think it's some bullcrap. Just comment below on that, and make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the post notification bell for when I drop videos. You dig? I'm out. Peace.